Wrestling Insider Gurus.
Wig. So we're here for, oh, sorry. I almost kind of fell there. We're here for Money in the Bank. WWE Money in the Bank. We're going to make our predictions if we can survive. This is going to be, we're off to a good start. I kind of fell, I'm on a ladder here, just in the spirit of Money in the Bank. I'm sitting on a ladder and I almost fell off. That's what just happened. Okay, let's just jump into it. Are you ready,
Let's do
Michael?
it. Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
We're going to start with the Lyra Valkyria, Becky Lynch, for the Women's Intercontinental Championship with a stipulation, a weak stipulation, a very weak
Yeah,
stipulation that's so weak it's not even necessary.
it's not it's more like a consequence. It's not even a
Yeah, it's
stipulation. It's just weird. But
yeah,
yeah.
if Lyra wins, Becky can't challenge for the Intercontinental Championship again. She's
If
already
she
done
has
it.
it.
Yeah, if she has it. I mean, yeah.
If
As long
Lyra
as
has it.
Lyra has it, yes.
Right.
Which was kind of going to probably be the case anyhow.
Yeah.
Um, and then if Becky wins, Lyra has to hold up her hand. Woo!
Oh,
Oh my
that's
God. I
horrible.
don't know how I
Goodness.
don't know how they're going to get through that. Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's right up there with Dominic in a hanging in a shark cage above
That's what they need in this match, I think.
yeah,
Just Dominic in a
it's
shark cage.
throw him in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have him in a shark cage. But the stipulation's ridiculous, but the match is awesome because I love when these guys when these gals wrestle.
Yeah.
They're awesome. So this is going to be a fun match. You know it's going to be a fun match. It's just a
Oh
matter
yeah.
of who's going to win, and I don't think it's a given. Um, their last match was fantastic, and this is going to be just. I think it might even be better. I think this is going to be a good one. And I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
You would think Becky's going to win because can they just have her keep losing to Lyra? Maybe.
Sure.
But
Maybe.
you wouldn't think that they would bring her back just to lose a bunch of times right off the bat.
Right, right.
Um, so when you think like that, or when I think like that, I'm like, yeah, it's probably going to be Becky. Um, but then I start thinking about the Bailey situation. She's got to
Yep.
show up at some time,
Yep.
and she hasn't been here since WrestleMania. This thing is looming a little bit, although they haven't mentioned it in a while, and maybe they haven't mentioned it so that we just kind of
For a
forget about it.
reason. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So when she shows up on Saturday, when Becky's about to win, she shows up and interferes, and Lyra wins, and that's kind of what I think is going to happen.
Yep. We are on the same page. I even have wrote down in my notes, Bailey, all caps underlined. So I think she is going to come back, and I think she's going to interfere in this match. And it's funny because you thought Becky was going to win this the last time they fought, and she didn't. And now I'm thinking, okay, well, you're definitely going to pick Becky now. So she's way overdue, I guess, right? And now it's kind of up in the air for you, right?
A little
But
bit, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be surprised if Becky wins because I kind of expected her to win the last time, and it makes
yeah,
sense that she wouldn't lose again. And I
yeah,
would expect they kind of want her to have a title and go on a little run. I mean, the more I go on about this, the more I'm kind of talking myself into changing for Becky. But I think Bailey gets involved, and I don't think Bailey's getting involved if Becky wins. So I think she's going to cost her the match. And, maybe that's why there's that stipulation that we think is kind of stupid, is she costs her the
maybe
match, and now she can't get another rematch. And
true. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm going with Bailey to spoil Becky from winning.
Okay.
Lyra with the win.
Okay. Well, um, we're kind of on the same page, and I do agree. I believe Bailey's going to come back to interfere, but I don't know who it is she's going to help.
Oh.
She could. We all thought she was going to turn heel the last time we saw her, but she didn't. This might be her return to heel. We might expect her to come out and throw Becky off her game or whatever and make her lose. But I mean, right as she's about to do that, she could do the whole Jade Cargill and right toward Naomi, and
Mm.
start attacking Lyra instead. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of things they could do with that.
Although
So that was in the back of my
Beck,
head too.
Becky said that she was the one who injured Bailey, though.
Right. But Bronson Reed also injured Seth Rollins, and look at them, they're best buddies
Yeah,
now.
that's
So,
true. Okay.
so we'll, I don't know. I don't know. It does make more sense. It makes more sense for Bailey to come out and help Lyra. And I had Lyra down. I was like, I bet it's because it's kind of obvious that Becky's gonna win, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna go Lyra too. I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with Lyra. Yeah. That was my original. I'm staying that way. So.
Me too. It's a tough one though.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
a
It
tough
is.
one.
It's not as easy as a lot of people think it is.
Oh no, I don't think so. I'm real curious to see what happens. I think this will be fun and it's not predictable, so that's always good.
Right.
All right, so let's move on to the next match that is not involving a ladder. That's the tag
Ah.
team champ. That it's not a championship. It's just a tag team match between Cody Rhodes
Yes.
and Mr. Yeet, Jey
Yes.
Uso, against John Cena and Logan Paul. What do you think about
Yeah.
this, Michael?
Um,
What's
I
going
think
on here?
yeah, that's a good question. I think it's going to be a fun match. I think my main theory on this one is they're going to pull a Star Wars Episode 9 and try to fix everything from the previous PLE, if you know what I mean. I think
Okay.
they're going to prove that Cody is no longer that weak guy that doesn't want to take shots at John Cena or whatever, because that was ridiculous at WrestleMania. I think there's going to be a situation that calls for Cody uh, capitalizing on a vulnerable John Cena. And I think that that's going to lead into SummerSlam, and I think that's going to be the big difference in the promo for SummerSlam. It's just going to be Cody and John Cena, and he's not backing down this time. He's all in. It's 100% Cody. So I think that might be what happens. I know in this match, I'm very confident neither John Cena nor Cody are going to get pinned. If anybody's going to get pinned, I mean it's probably going to be Logan. I don't know if they might have John Cena pin Jey Uso. That might be a thing. Um, so I'm not sure, but I think that's might be where they're going. I mean, Cody just came back. A win would do him good, especially over Cena. Even if he doesn't pin Cena, if he just pins Logan, I think that'd be fine. Or if Jay pins Logan, I think something like that's going to happen. So I'm leaning towards Cody and Jey Uso, but we'll see what you have to say. See if you have come up with anything that might change my mind.
Well, this is another one that I think is unpredictable. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what's going to happen here. I'm not sure what's going on. Um, and I'm not so sure I agree with you that Cody and Cena are safe from being pinned.
Oh, okay.
I think the only one that I feel is safe from being pinned is Cody. And I don't think they're going to have him get pinned again. When the last
Right.
match he was in, he got pinned. So I think Cody's safe from being pinned. I don't think John Cena is. I mean, this is an opportunity to get pinned and he doesn't lose the title. So I think because of that,
Oh, true.
that's that makes him fair game. Um, let's see here. Logan Paul, he won at WrestleMania and he just
Hmm.
lost his last match against Jay, so he can go either
Yeah.
way. Now, Jay, here's the thing. Uh,
Hmm.
on Monday Night Raw, Gunther made the point to say you're spreading yourself too thin. Um, you're not going to be at
Okay.
100% on Monday because he's going to wrestle Gunther on Monday Night Raw next week.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, and Gunther had a big thing there where he sat next to Jay on Monday Night Raw and said, "You're spreading yourself too thin. You're doing this, you're doing that, you're trying to save everybody, and you're wrestling 2 days before we wrestle." And I think they're setting up Jay to lose to Gunther. or else they're setting up, or else they're setting up, pulling
Cash
out the
in?
rug from us, from those of us who are thinking that way. But
Yeah.
I mean, this gives them the opportunity
Ooh,
to have Jay lose, and you've got a little bit of an excuse as to why, because
true.
he's going to go into that match injured, and it just kind of feels like they might go that way. When I didn't think they were until
Huh.
little Gunther segment on Raw. So um,
I forgot
that
about
makes me
that.
think Cena and Logan are going to win. Jay's going to get beat up a bit. He's probably going
Okay.
to be the one that gets pinned. And he's going to go into that match Monday roughed up and probably lose to Gunther. So I guess I'm giving you two predictions here, Michael. I'm going to go with John
Ooh.
Cena and Logan Paul, and
Okay.
I'm going to go with Gunther on Monday
Okay. Well,
night.
I'm
Yeah,
curious. What if there wasn't a Jey Uso Gunther match? Would you still pick Cena and Paul to win?
probably not. I would probably go with
Okay.
just because of that little angle there makes me think
Right.
something's up. Yeah.
Well, now do you think it could be a Money in the Bank cash in maybe? There's like a surprise like Gunther's about to win or something and whoever won Money in the Bank could cash in and
Yes.
steal it from him. That could be a thing
Yes.
too.
And I think we'll get to that. Very possible, maybe even likely. And we'll get to that when we get to the men's ladder
Okay.
match prediction. But
Okay.
this is unpredictable. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yeah.
Um, the only thing I'm sure about is Cody's not getting pinned. Um,
Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't think so either.
and
Yeah.
I have that little thing. I have that little rule of whoever gets the last laugh leading up to the PLE usually
Mm.
loses. And I think didn't Cena and Logan get the last laugh a little bit at the last one, I think, at SmackDown.
Um,
Gosh, I can't remember. So many things go together, but I kind of think they
yeah,
anyhow,
maybe. I don't remember.
I'm gonna go with Cena and Logan.
Okay.
I'm not real confident on this at all, but that's my pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm
Okay.
going with yeah. Boom.
I'm sticking with guess I'm sticking with Cody and Gunther. I think
It's actually
somebody
Cody and
whoever
Jey Uso, but that would
that's what
be
I
really
meant. Cody and
cool.
Jey
Boy,
Uso.
Cody
Cody.
and Gunther in a tag team match here would be a
That would be
lot of
really
fun.
cool. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, you got that Gunther thing in my head, and now I'm like, man, well, that's crazy. But yeah, okay. Cody and Yeet. That's who I'm going for.
Okay,
Okay, good deal.
now we get to the
Now
fun.
on to the
Now we
Money in the
get to
Bank
the
ladder
fun.
matches.
Yeah, we're gonna do the women's first.
Okay.
So
Ooh.
look at all those lovely women. So
Yeah, what do you think
we've
about
got
this?
Stephanie Vaquer,
Yep.
Naomi,
Hmm.
Julia,
Yep.
Roxanne Perez,
Yep.
Rhea Ripley, and Alexa Bliss. What do you think, Michael?
They're all great. So
They are.
I think Julia is probably not gonna win. She kind of just showed up. She hasn't really been into like a big storyline or anything like that yet. I don't think she has the best chance of winning. So now all the other ones, all the other five, um, they have potential of winning. I mean, Stephanie, what is it? Stephanie Vaquer?
Yeah.
Am I pronouncing that right?
Vaquer.
Vaquer. She's becoming pretty popular, and it seems
Well, you
like they
know what?
just threw her
It might be Vacar, Stephanie
Vacar.
Vacar.
Stephanie. She's becoming pretty popular,
Oh yeah,
and
she is. I love her.
it seems like they've just thrown her into the main roster like full time. And I don't
Oh
know
yeah.
if that's because
It's
they
official. It's official.
ex oh, it is official.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I was like, wow, well, maybe that's because they wanted to win Money in the Bank. Who knows? That's an option. Alexa Bliss had the interaction with Tiffy. Maybe they're gonna start something with those two. I mean, it was only like a brief conversation, but I mean,
Right.
it could be something. Rhea is obviously the mega star of the
Right.
group. They might give that back to her and have her go on another title run. Naomi, she's in the best gimmick that she's ever had in her WWE career, I think. This whole caution tape psycho gimmick is amazing. I love it. I think
Oh.
it's fantastic. And they might want to push that more. I think that would be a smart idea to do with her. And then who else we got left? Roxanne Perez. She they could do a funny angle with the Judgment Day where if she gets Money in the Bank and cashes in, it could kind of make Liv jealous that her and Dom are champions, and maybe Liv loses the tag titles, and there
Hmm.
becomes like a disruption within the Judgment Day. That would be pretty fun. So they have a lot of room to play with this, which makes it even more unpredictable. Fun for us. It is so hard to narrow this one down, though. I don't know. What do you? I'm gonna let you go first before I choose. What do you
All
think?
right. Well, let me start with who I don't think's going to win.
Okay.
I don't think any of the recent NXT girls are going to
Ooh,
win. So
including
that's
Stephanie?
huh?
Is
Including
that
well, let me be more
okay?
specific. Out of the three NXT girls, I don't think any of them are going to win. If any of those three were going to win, I don't think it's going to be Julia. I
Right.
don't think it's going to be. I just don't because she's. If they were going to have one of those three win, it's going to be Stephanie Vicar.
Okay.
I think they'd rather have her win than Julia.
Right.
And Roxanne Perez, I don't think they're going to have her win this. I think they're going to. She's got that Judgment Day angle to focus on. I don't think
Sure.
they want to bring this into the mix as well. I mean, they could have fun with it, but I just kind of doubt they go that way.
Yeah.
So that kind of takes those two out. Stephanie Bakar, I could see her getting it
Yeah. I wouldn't be
because
surprised.
she's coming off of the being the NXT champion, very, very popular. She doesn't lose hardly ever. Um, she only lost once at NXT, I think, by pin, and that was a dirty pin, and it was so that she could drop the belt before she moved up
Ah.
to WWE. They always do that at NXT. If somebody's a champion there,
Hmm.
they drop the belt before they move up. So they lose before they move up. So
Okay.
otherwise she would still be winning out there. Out of those
Gotcha.
three, she's got a shot, but I just don't think they're gonna. My feeling is these three NXT girls, this is a showcase for them. This is for
Okay.
them to show everybody what they can do to get into people's mind because all three of these girls are going to be stars here in the future. In a year, they're going to be kind of where Tiffany Stratton is
Mm.
now compared to where she was a year ago.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these are your future stars here. They're all fantastic. But I think this is a showcase for them, not to win, but just to show to folks who don't watch NXT to get a taste of what these three gals bring. So
Okay.
they're out for me. Out of the other three, I don't think Alexa Bliss is going to win. She's got some Wyatt Six stuff coming up, I believe, and I don't think the Money in the Bank belt is necessary. I don't think she's
Okay.
going to get that because she's about to get. I just have a. I think she's going to start getting some Wyatt Six stuff going here.
Okay.
That leaves me with Rhea and Naomi.
Hmm.
In my opinion, Rhea doesn't need it. She's probably going to win one of those belts without it. Um,
Yeah.
she doesn't really need it. I'm going with Naomi.
Okay.
I think Naomi's going to win, which makes me think Jade might wind up winning the title here at some point, or Bianca.
Oh,
And so think about that. If Jade or Bianca
God.
win the
Yeah.
title here in the next few months, how much fun that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going with Naomi, and I think if she does win, it's a little foreshadowing to either Bianca or Jade probably beating Tiffany or somebody who beats Tiffany and getting that belt at some point.
Sure.
What do you
Okay.
think?
Yeah, you know what? They could do that. They could set up something for the next PLE where it's like Bianca versus Tiffy, and then Bianca wins, and then immediately Naomi runs out and steals it, maybe. Oh, what's he doing? But that would be cool. I think that'd be really neat. Gosh, you know what? I think you convinced me. I was leaning towards either Stephanie or
Mm.
Alexa.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
You had a whole other thing going.
Yeah.
Let's hear about that.
Yeah. I didn't know. I mean, there's so because I mean, out of everything that I listed, it was they could just do so many things or so many turns. It just depends on what they decide to do. So I don't know. I was thinking they maybe get give it to Alexa, and then even if she does do something with the Wyatt Six, I think that would be pretty cool. Them holding like they could make a creepy version of the
Sure.
Money in the Bank briefcase, kind of like
Sure
how
they
Tiffy
can.
like bedazzled hers.
Hmm.
That would be pretty neat. I would like to see that. I don't know. That would be cool. But Naomi makes so much sense when you say that because nobody else really has like a good rival right now that I can think of except for Roxanne Perez and like maybe Liv, but they're not really rivals. They're just like annoyed with each other.
Hmm.
Um,
Although Rhea
ah,
getting that would be fun.
that's true.
I think it would be
Yeah,
kind of fun if she had it, but I don't think, you know, I mean, there really is a lot of ways they can go. Now watch one of the
yep.
NXT girls win, and that's how they push them. You think of it that way too. If they want to give one of those three gals a big push, give them that briefcase.
True, true. I'm gonna stick with Alexa. I'm gonna say Alexa Bliss.
Okay. That would
Yep,
be cool.
that's
She'd have
my
a cool Wyatt Six briefcase.
yeah, that'd be neat. It'd be like
Yeah,
spider webs and blood. I don't
it would
know.
be cool.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right. Hmm.
And that leads us to the men's ladder match, Michael. It's the last match.
Bum bum bum.
This involves LA Knight, Solo
Yeah.
Sikoa, Seth
Boom.
Rollins, Penta, Andrade, and El Grande Americano.
Yeah. What do you got for this one?
What do you got for this one?
What do you got? I I not only want El Grande Americano to win, I need El Grande Americano to win. I think this gimmick is incredible. It's one of my favorites. El Grande Americano may be my favorite wrestler in the roster right now. He's always so good. Um, and the weird face, the metal plate under the mask thing, I think that's hilarious. He's definitely, well, I wouldn't say he's the underdog. I bet Andrade is probably the underdog. I don't see Andrade winning Money in the Bank, that's for sure. Although he is incredible too.
Yes,
I was so glad they had a triple threat with that included Carmelo
me too.
and Andrade. I always get excited when they're both in the same match. Um, Now, the most obvious pick is probably Seth Rollins, just because he's doing that whole thing with Jay and or Gunther, and they're having a title match on Monday, apparently. So that could be a moment to
How
capitalize and cash
convenient.
in.
How
Interesting.
convenient.
Interesting. Solo, I don't think will get it. I don't think he'll get it because I think they're trying to make Fatu the leader of the new group that they're in. And with Solo having the money in the bank, I think that kind of elevates him higher than Fatu. Nobody wants that. Um, Penta's always pretty good. He's new. I don't know. I don't know if they let him have money in the bank. He's fun though.
Hmm.
He almost killed Gable. That was unfortunate, but
Oh boy.
um,
Glad
and
Gable's
then
okay.
there's L.A. Knight. Yeah, so they could give it to him too. I could see them giving it to L.A. Knight as much as I can Seth Rollins. They've been kind of pushing L.A. Knight, and he deserves it. And I think that'd be cool. Him getting the money in the bank and then challenging for a title. The title CM Punk also wants, and then you get two guys that are just amazing on the mic together, going back and forth, and L.A.
Mm.
Knight and CM Punk. I think that would be really really cool. Um, and how many matches, Money in the Bank ladder matches has LA Knight been in? He's been in a couple.
Three
I
in
don't
a
know if he's
row.
won any.
This is his
Three in a
third in a
row.
row. Yeah.
Yeah, so he might be due for a win here. I don't know. If he loses three in a row, I don't know what they're going to do with that. But my gosh, I hope a Grande Americano wins. Oh gosh, I hope he does. He does. But out of all of them, I have to pick one, and it's definitely between El Grande Americano, LA Knight, and Seth Rollins. And I got to just out of I don't gosh, just continuity sake, probably Seth Rollins. Although it is pretty obvious. Gosh, I would love to be wrong and El Grande Americano win. I'm gonna say Seth Rollins, my final answer. What do you think?
I hope you're right about El Grande Americano. That's who I'm pulling
Yeah.
for. I love the gimmick too. I love it.
Yeah, that's
He's
great.
one of my favorites also. So, it would be so cool if he's gonna win. I don't think he's gonna. I think he and Penta cancel each other out.
True.
They're in
Yeah.
there to push that rivalry. I
Yeah,
think they
that makes
cancel
sense.
each other out. I'd love to see him win though. I don't think either of the masked men will win. I also don't think Andrade will win. It'd be
Yeah.
cool if he did because he does deserve a push. This would be pretty cool for him.
Yeah.
And but I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's between Seth, LA Knight, and Solo. The
Okay.
reason I think Solo is because why is he in this match?
Yeah, it surprised me when he won his qualifier.
Yeah, me too. Because he's not, they usually like to get ladder match type people in these things that can get to the top and jump around and do
Right.
crazy falls. He's not that kind of a wrestler. So why is he there? Why did they go with him over somebody who could be more acrobatic and
Mm,
entertaining in this match? Why did they choose him unless they are going to have him win? So because of that, it makes me think he's got a serious shot. LA Knight has such a big fan base for some reason, and he's not my favorite, but he has a huge fan base, and he doesn't have a title right now. He dropped his title. So did they have him drop that title to make him available to have the briefcase and for it to be,
yeah.
meaningful for him? Is that why they had him drop his title? Just to give him the briefcase and then he can play cash in with somebody bigger?
Mhm.
Um, and then we have Seth Rollins, the most obvious of the batch, because they're making the big thing about I need this title. It's all about this
Yeah.
title. And they are ever so conveniently doing Gunther versus Jay, a very beat up Jay Uso, very beat up Jay Uso on Monday
Mm,
night, setting up
yep.
a cash in. This is what I think is going to happen.
Mm,
I think those three guys won't surprise me if any of those three guys win, but I think it's going to be Seth.
yep.
And then I think what's going to happen is Jey Uso and Gunther are going to have a brawl. Gunther's going to be on the verge of winning, probably. And then Seth and the gang come down. Before Gunther can beat Jay, when Jay is beat up and ready to be pinned, the gang comes down. Braun and Breaker and Bronson Reed, they get Gunther out of the way while Seth Rollins cashes in on a very injured Jey Uso and gets that belt. That's what I think is going to happen. I know
A good
earlier I said,
call.
"Hey, Gunther's going to beat Jey Uso." Yeah,
No.
I disagree with myself. It's
Yeah,
gonna,
sometimes.
it's gonna be. That's what I think. So Seth Rollins wins and
That
cashes
makes
it.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense, yeah. And if he catches it in during a match, it becomes a triple threat. But if he has his lackeys attack Gunther and then
Yes.
the match ends, it can just be a one-on-one at that point, right?
Hmm. Well,
That might be a smart move,
if
right?
Jay or Gunther wins and then he cashes in, it's just
You
him
could do
versus
that.
either of them. If he cashes in while they're still wrestling and there's no winner, it's a triple threat. And that's kind of what
Right.
I think will happen, but Braun and Bronson get Gunther out of the way.
Yeah. Well, Braun and
Those
Bronson
two,
can attack Gunther, get a
right.
disqualification, and the match is over. And then Seth can cash in, and then it's a one-on-one because the
There
match
you
is
go.
over.
That's true. Yeah.
Hmm. That might happen. Who knows?
Hmm.
Okay. Well, we agree on that one.
Yep. So we agree on that one. We disagree on the women's. We disagree on the tag match, and
Yep.
we
And the
reluctantly agree on the women and the Lyra Becky. So
yeah.
that's what we think, and we're pretty good
Yeah.
at this.
You'll see.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah. One of us is
This
going to
one's
be
kind of a
right,
toss-up though.
except
Yeah.
we might
Yeah.
both be wrong when Becky wins, but yeah.
True. True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see. But go El Grande Americano. Come
Yes.
on, the big
Yes.
American. Do it.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Go El Grande.
Gracias.
I should probably not say El Grande. That's just go the big.
The big.
Go the big.
That's it.
All right.
That's our thoughts. That's our predictions. And we will see you next week when we come back and give you our grades, the recap, our thoughts, and we'll ramble on like slop to pigs.
That's right. This has been Wrestling Insider Gurus.
Wig? Slop to pigs.
Who came up with that?
What was that? It's the
It's just
stupidest
nat.
line of all time.
We're wrestling inside of gurus. We're the coolest of the cool. We're wrestling inside of gurus. Our wigs will make you drool. We will be wearing the sharpest of wigs. We take to wrestling like slop does to pigs. We're superstars and making predictions. Watch us for 2 minutes and you'll have a new addiction. We're wrestling inside of gurus. We're the coolest of the cool. We're wrestling inside of gurus. Our wigs will make you drool. Ah.